Welcome to my YouTube channel at Movies Nutshell. Please like and subscribe, thank you.
The title of this movie is Vacation. Rusty Griswold is now working as a pilot for a low-budget regional airline called Econoair, living in suburban Chicago, Illinois, and shares a stale relationship with his wife Debbie and their two sons, their shy and awkward 14-year-old James, and their sadistic 12-year-old Kevin. The gloating from his friends Jack and Nancy Peterson about a family trip they had in Paris doesn't help his situation. He desires to relive the fun of his family vacations and holiday gatherings from his childhood. These memories prompt him to abandon his family's annual trip to their cabin in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, which the rest of the family secretly hated, and instead drive cross-country from Chicago to Wally World, just like he did with his parents and sister. For the trip, Rusty rents a Tartan Prancer, an ugly, overcomplicated Albanian SUV. Along the way, the Griswolds take many detours.
Go to sleep!
The first stop is in Memphis, Tennessee, where it's revealed that the otherwise mild-mannered Debbie was an extremely promiscuous Tri-Pi sorority sister in college nicknamed Debbie Do Anything. To prove that she was the rebellious student, Debbie attempts to run an obstacle course while drunk, but fails miserably. While staying at a motel, James meets Adina, a girl his age that he saw while driving on the highway, but she is scared away by Rusty's failed attempts to be a wingman. In Arkansas, they are led to a supposedly hidden hot spring by a helpful local who directed them to the lake, unknowing to him that there was a rat running around his neck until he told him about the rat and he startled. On getting there, they entered into the serene-looking water with their two sons and started swimming with excitement. They started rubbing sewage dump on their body, then the husband pulled out air, eventually realizing that it's actually a raw sewage dump. They return to their SUV, only to see that it's been broken into and sprayed with graffiti, as well as finding their luggage and cash stolen. They stop in Plano, Texas, to get help from Rusty's sister Audrey and her attractive husband Stone Crandall. Rusty begins to suspect problems in his relationship with Debbie due to her seeming acceptance of Stone's obviously outward sexual advances, but she rebuffs his suspicions. Stone then walks in on the couple and makes a show of his muscular body and oversized genitalia. Spending the following night at a Wigwam motel in Holbrook, Arizona, Rusty and Debbie sneak away and attempt to have sex at the Four Corners Monument, where officers from all four states of Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico confront the couple. When the officers start arguing about who gets to make the arrest, Rusty and Debbie are able to escape. James encounters Adina again, and finally asserts himself against Kevin thanks to encouragement from Adina. The next morning, they nearly get killed by Chad, a Grand Canyon rafting guide, who had just been dumped by his fiancée. Later, their SUV runs out of gas in the middle of the desert, and Rusty's unfamiliarity of the key fob causes the vehicle to explode, leading him to walk off dispirited and alone, thinking about the disastrous trip. Unfortunately, they have been tracked down by a seemingly unstable truck driver, who they think has been stalking them throughout the trip. In actuality, the trucker has been instead trying to return Debbie's missing wedding ring. He ends up giving them a lift to San Francisco, California. There, they spend the night at a bed and breakfast run by Rusty's parents, Clark and Ellen. They intend to fly home the next day, but Rusty and Debbie confront each other about their stale marriage and decide to start over again. With some encouragement from Clark the next morning, Rusty borrows his father's Wagon Queen family truckster and drives Debbie and the boys to Wally World to ride their newest roller coaster, the Velociraptor. After spending the entire day waiting in line, they are cut off by Ethan, a rival pilot who Rusty knows in Chicago, and his family before the announcement of the park's closing. A fight breaks out, which the Griswolds win, forcing the other family to flee. The Griswolds finally board the ride, but it stalls halfway up the butterfly inversion, and they are rescued after several hours. Rusty uses his airline connections to book a vacation in Paris with just Debbie and himself after sending the boys home where their neighbors will look after them. On the plane to Paris, they are seated in jump seats next to a lavatory. Exasperated, Debbie learns that it will be a 12-hour flight. Please let us know in the comments section what movies you would want us to recap, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.